and rules.
Is that so? Well, I think we'll take it in stride, just as we did with the 3 questions. Let's not forget, it was my persistence that won you both your freedom.
Fair point. I have to applaud your persistence.
And I must praise you for your wisdom. Now, state your wishes, young ones.
I'm sorry?
Why, your tremendous accomplishments deserve a reward, do they?
General Maham...
I won't beat around the bush. Sumeru is facing a crisis the likes of which have never been seen before. And we need your help.
Recap.
Every calamity throughout the ages has been connected to us in one way or another, whether we were its cause or consequence.
Whatever is wrong with Irmin's soul, it severely affected the Dendro Archon. She fell into a coma, and is currently receiving treatment from the Dendro Dragon.
The Dendro Dragon? I'm sorry, the Dendro Dragon is helping to heal the Dendro Archon?
Not a pep, surely. Not vicious, cruel a pep who possesses no virtues aside from her basic instincts. Ah, good heavens.
Oh, okay, so... I wonder if these guys are the ones who went to war during the Dragon War. Right? So the Heavenly Principles went to war with the dragons, and there were like 7 dragons, right? So I'm guessing 7 on 1 didn't sound good. So he created these beings that are like Archon-like with the elements, and so these beings he created went to war with the dragons. So it was 7 on 7. So, like, the Heavenly Principles went 1v1 against the Dragon King, and these 7 pillars went to war against the 7 dragons, and that's why they were acting like this. Maybe, I don't know. It would be a nice tie, and that would explain where these guys came from and their place.
Oh, I shudder to think what could have caused Lesser Lord Kusanali to suffer such a plight. Still, why would the Dendro Dragon lend you her aid? She has always held nothing but contempt for the Archons. I suppose she and Kusanali must have some history.
You can help us make history, too.
A smooth talker. Well said, lad.
I actually stopped there. Stopped there, and I paused. I'm like, why did that sound so flirtatious? And he's like, oh, what a smooth talker you are. I'm like, oh, he thought the same thing. It's like, why are you talking like that? Are you flirting with me?
Currently, no one can connect to Irmin's soul. We hope that by opening up Aru and making some modifications to it, we can use its technology to our advantage.
Unfortunately, Aru is an imperfect creation. King Deshret never managed to realize his full vision before his death. Much remains to be done if it is to be pitted against Irminsul itself. Besides, I hear your reasons, but to give Aru up over such would be...
Oh, I just realized something. They're talking about Aru, right? And Aru is supposed to be like this virtual reality prison, right? So if they use that technology on Irminsul, and Irminsul has all the data in the world, so the people, the places, and its environment, and the trees, and all that stuff like that, right? And the animals. So I'm like, maybe you could, like, implant all that information about the world into the virtual reality and basically connect them together. So you can go into Irminsul, and it will be, and the virtual reality will display Irminsul and it's all of its information, and you could walk in there.
The archaeological records clearly indicate that although Aru's construction took a long time,
It was not beyond human means to achieve. Modern technology should solve the efficiency issues. We have no choice but to go all in on this.
Yeah. It almost sounds like they're going to create a virtual reality of Irminsul and the data in it.
This is by no means a threat. But the only reason we helped you escape from Aru was to gain the necessary leverage to negotiate with you. You asked us to state our wishes, and we have. Each one of us here needs your help, as do all the thousands of people living in Sumeru. They need you, and they need Aru.
What do we think, my fellow old fogies? Shall we lend our support or not?
Since you ask so nicely, naturally.
Naturally what? Are you for or against?
I simply mean we shall do what comes naturally. You claim that you wish to open Aru. Know you then that the golden slumber created by King Deshret is preserved within?
Golden slumber. The early form of the ideal paradise envisioned by King Deshret, free from all limits and constraints. In essence, it is an illusionary realm formed from the convergence of countless souls and minds. So again, I think he's creating this alternate world in this virtual reality to escape from fate. Maybe. Or predestination.
We do. We understand the risks involved.
In all likelihood, the mortal world will never again be able to replicate King Deshret's work. Never will there be another chance to come so close to creating a utopia. Knowing this, are you sure of your decision?
We are sure. Before people can dream, they must first live.
If your minds are made up, very well. We shall summon our erstwhile colleagues to discuss this further. Saint Shezepank, Saint Bennu, once you surrendered to silence and were buried with King Deshret. But now, we invoke the right to awaken you with our voices.
Who's he talking to? Ground is trembling as if answering the call of a goat king.
Saint Bennu, responding to your call. 3 kings detected. Initiating autonomous will.
Oh my god, dude. Fucking AI. I'm banging my head. I'm like, oh my god. They couldn't drill this any harder now. If you haven't figured out that the Heavenly Principles is an AI and all this technology and virtual reality and Irmisol being a database, just like a server. And then it's like, oh, look at that. Right here. An AI construct.
Saint Shezepank, responding to your call.
Bennu. One of King Deshret's... Oh, these are 7 pillars. Unlike the 3 kings, Bennu is an intelligent construct fashioned by King Deshret. Oh, if you didn't know, apparently the Pyro Dragon also created a bunch of dragon AIs. And Kenichi's pet, I forget its name, is one of those AI dragons. That's why it looks so digital. Entrusted the duty of guarding the gates. Bennu possesses a will of his own. He watches over the internal utopia within Aru. Golden slumber, following the past, and he created his own functions and fell into stillness. Despite being intelligent, Bennu possesses a remarkably physical personality, serious and earnest. So over time, the AI slowly grew to sentience. Oh, the other one. 7 pillars, most holy. Unlike the three kings, that is intelligent construct. overseeing the jinns of the world. And they're worlds apart. Whereas Bennu is severe, Sheva is leisurely, so he's lazy. In times past, he would often wander the desert and sparse, asking travelers all manners of questions. Driven by profound curiosity, he would tirelessly pursue any matter that piques his interest to his very heart, looking to gather more information, more experience, just like a computer. More data. Looking back, he was perhaps that he oversaw the Jinn, whose mother was the goddess of flowers, an angel of wisdom who delighted in posing questions. Though what the Jinn relate to him, she has developed a fondness for inquiring. In short, believes that man usually air is a good thing. Is he a Sphinx?
Ah, Lord Herreshoff. What a long time it has been. I trust you are keeping well.
Then your trust in my well-being has long outlived your physical body. You have always opened with that same phrase, in life, death, and now even beyond.
Al-Akmar is long gone. What is the reason for this meeting?
You're awake? Good. We are voting on whether to give the people of present-day Sumeru access to Aru and permit them to perform technological renovations. You have the right to support or oppose the motion.
Aru is the pride of Al-Ahmar. Opening Aru requires the unanimous consent of the 7 pillars. I hope you have a convincing reason to present to us.
Sumeru is currently in the midst of a major calamity. Let us not forget that while Al-Ahmar was a stern ruler, he was also a teacher of wisdom. A god without his people shall cease to exist, and King Deshret's greatest wish was to provide protection for his people. Let us then honor our God King's wishes as we consider our decision.
I do not mean to mock these proceedings, but what is the point of a unanimous vote when we know that the last of the 7 pillars, the Dendro Dragon Apep, will never communicate with us?
This will no doubt surprise your mechanical mind, and I have no intention of trying to persuade you it is true. But Apep is, in fact, healing the Dendro Archon as we speak.
Huh? Can someone attest to this? Do we have any proof?
I ask the 3 kings. Can any of you vouch for the truth of this claim?
Naturally, the Ibis King, Thoth.
What?
It was Thoth's disciples who revealed the truth to us. We need not debate its veracity. Simply let Thoth bear accountability. That way the rest of us may have a clear conscience.
Herreshoff, you diabolical fiend.
I awakened our former colleagues for you, supported your opinion, and backed your decision. What sort of fiend would do that?
A politician. Passing the buck. Yeah, he'll take responsibility, not me.
I miss the days when Hermanubis was still around. At times like this, he would offer to take accountability.
What are you trying to say? Is my word worth less to you than Hermanubis's?
Well, you are the god of the seat, dude. That's not a good thing.
Hypocrite though you are, Lord Thoth, you are humorous in equal measure. How could we bear not to associate with a character such as you? I, Saint Shezpank, approve the Goat King's proposal.
Since King Deshret is no more, we shall receive no reprimand for acting beyond our remit. Nevertheless, I sincerely hope that those before us understand the significance of what they intend to do. Remember, the moment that Aru is liberated, the myriad souls residing within the Golden Slumber will return to the ley lines. And once the ley lines flow again, these souls shall in turn be received by Irminsul. To take this step is to bring the perfect afterlife created by our king to a permanent end.
We understand that well, and we have decided to proceed regardless. Furthermore, the contemporary human perspective would contend that confining souls in this way is no act of benevolence. The deceased have a right to rest in peace.
Yeah.
King Deshret's creation is clearly a place of rest and peace. It is just that many do not see it this way. But no matter. Saint Binu approves.
Hermanubis' representative and the Dendro Dragon Apep made their choice ahead of time, while the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King have also granted permission to liberate Aru. By the grace of His Majesty, guided by his wisdom and will, let the gates of Aru be reopened.
It sounds like Apept is one, like, in this faction. I wonder if King Deshret also defeated Apep and then declared her one of the pillars. But she's a Dendro dragon, right? So she didn't really accept it, but everyone else accepts her as one of the pillars. So it's like a database of dead people?
Look at that!
What's this? Are we under attack? No. Wait,
These are like souls, silhouettes approaching us from within light that pass through our bodies like wind through a veil. So it's like, if these people died, but instead of going into the ley lines and into Irminsul's database, they were placed inside of this virtual reality to continue to exist and try to live on. But now that we released or turned off this golden slumber, this virtual reality, their souls or data was released and now are going back into the ley lines.
Here you are. Through the sands of time, I see you.
Father.
Oh.
Father, is it really you?
It's Chet's father, Jibriel!
Oh.
That's right! He entered the golden slumber, didn't he?
I smell blood and sand on you. You've grown, strong as a wild beast, and without shedding a tear.
Actually, I totally forgot that during the world quest.
You have to leave, don't you? Please, just answer me this. What should I do for you?
This meeting is a blessing from the gods. My soul, once imprisoned along with that of Samael, is finally free. I am truly grateful for the chance to see you again. That the dead should meet the living is itself a miracle. One brief, precious moment is enough. Enough to set my heart at ease. Do not weep for me, Jet. I know you will accomplish many great things in your life. You will go further and climb higher than I ever did. All I ask is that you take good care of yourself.
Aw, that's nice. Jet got resolution.
Father! Father!
Hey, Jet. Do you want something to eat?
Oh, shut up,
Maybe it'll
Paimon.
help you feel better.
It's like someone praying before someone's stone and having a heart-to-heart moment. Like someone praying before a gravestone. or like a shrine of like Japanese Asian people like put up shrines of their dead family members, and it's like someone praying and having a moment talking to them, and someone coming up, it's like, "Would you like some breakfast?"
I'm fine. Thanks, Paimon. It was just a little sudden. The chance to see my father again meant the world to me. He was trapped in the golden slumber for our sake. And now, after all this time, he can finally rest in peace.
You've grown strong, Jet. More than enough to fend for yourself.
Yeah. I'll leave the past in my memory where it belongs. My family, the good times and the bad. Goodbye, Father.
Oh, please. Don't do Nefer. I don't want, like, Nefer's father to come back and say, "You did good, Nefer. I'm so proud of you." It's like, she murdered a people.
Ah, me. What a touching reunion that was. It seems we did a good deed today.
We 3 retainers, once imprisoned for our iniquity, are surely the least qualified to judge whether this deed is good or bad. Either way, Aru is open. Now you have your opportunity, and with it, whatever trouble may ensue. Although Aru was created by a god, human craftsmanship was nevertheless required to build the gate that connects it to this world. Perhaps the relationship between gods and humanity follows a similar principle.
As for your proposed renovations, we cannot determine which functions to keep or discard. Proceed as you see fit, but please entrust the task to your most accomplished scholars, or Bennu will be most displeased.
It matters not. The Ibis King shall be accountable if any problems arise. Ibis, you chose to take on disciples, and so it follows that you must accept the risks of associating with humans.
If I'd known you'd be like this, I would have locked all of you away in Aru, never to leave again for all eternity.
All of us? What does this have to do with me?
Vilify me no further. Scholars, since you have liberated Aru, allow me to present you with a gift. Using Aru's power, we shall install a defense mechanism at our king's mausoleum. You must be guarded even against Irminsul itself. This shall afford you some convenience, unseen and unheard. From this moment forth, none may by sight or hearing perceive anything said or done within the mausoleum.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. And all this is achieved just with the power of Aru?
With technology from the heavens, the possibilities are endless. Just because King Deshret did not use it for this purpose does not mean that it cannot be done. So, marvel away. This is the reward you have earned.
All right. Well, that resolves the issue of confidentiality. What about the technical side? Do we have the manpower?
Oh, that's right.
Why,
Irminsul
yes.
would be...
I've already contacted them. They'll be here soon.
Yeah, Irminsul would be recording all the information that's happening in the world, right? So they would be recording these conversations. Oh boy, that was one act. And we haven't done much, like, since we started. It's like, yeah, why is Calde special? And then we moved to the mausoleum. Like, how long has it been? It's like been like an hour and a half now? Jeez. Quest, man.
You must be the ones tasked by the Academia with renovating Aru?
That's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kaveh, and these two are Termezi and Naisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them. Come and introduce yourself.
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King, and everyone knows these two. Afternoon, gentlemen.
I've only ever seen these two in murals.
Ah, the paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the activities we most enjoy, funnily enough.
No, only you enjoy playing chess. We were just humoring you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the academia indicates that this project requires expertise in various disciplines, including the deciphering of ancient texts, mechanical engineering, the restoration of ancient ruins, and elemental theory. The most capable minds in their respective fields are here before you. If there are no objections, we'd like to begin our work.
The artisans who built Aru for Al-Ahmar gave their very lives to create this splendid work. Follow their example by giving your utmost devotion to this project.
I didn't know that. We'll do our best, of course, but we certainly won't be sacrificing our lives.
Such brazen words. Humans these days are a far cry from their ancestors. What little respect you show for King Deshret.
No, it's just people value their lives. While one blacksmith may dedicate his entire life and sacrifice his life to his craft, you can't expect, like a stranger come along, find the workshop and say, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do the same thing and sacrifice my life. No.
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole. Assuming that's what you were going for?
I just think it's important to manage expectations.
Forgive my lack of courtesy, but we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people in the legends of old. Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion. I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little rough around the edges.
Naturally.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of respect sufficient, I suppose I can consider agreeing to their proposal.
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them. You never know. We might have to rely on these young people to look after us in our old age.
Exactly.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with great caution.
We certainly will. Thank you for your assistance.
Shouldn't it be the operations mainframe?
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know that certain components of Aru can only be operated by humans.
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, the reason that Aru's modules are designed that way is not so much because he trusted them, but more because he was wary of you.
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required human assistance to create his greatest work.
Naturally.
Have you noticed that the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses? It's like he's just going through the motions and leaving the real debate to his colleagues.
Again, politician.
He understands
Passing
the art
the
of
buck.
perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers. It seems the rumors about King Deshret being a poor judge of character are baseless after all.
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pedestal and mocking me.
You're mistaken.
You? Whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to act. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparations as per the procedures outlined in the engineering plan.
Hello there, youngsters.
Whoa, the Ibis King came to life.
What do you mean, came to life? I've been alive the whole time.
You did say we could start our research, right? Are you having second thoughts now?
I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope. You have ample confidence in your abilities, I take it?
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident. But given how bad things are, I'd rather at least try something than sit around waiting to die.
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between Aru and the Akasha?
Aru and the Akasha?
I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment, created years ago by the Dendro Archon to help her people access knowledge.
And you too? Do you not know either?
You've read the instruction manual, right? You tell them.
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual? The Dendro Archon is a kind and thoughtful god indeed.
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most popular read. If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration for the Akasha system.
What? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere. And practically none of the scientific expeditions into the desert had anything to do with it.
Ah, but this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this a quiz. Anyone from Vahumana present?
Hat guy? I remember the hat guy saying he's something or other of the Vajramana Darshant. I don't know. What the fuck does that mean? The Vajramana Darshant. What is that? Is that supposed to be Indian? I really need them to actually allow us to translate like words like that. What is a Varamant? A Varavchuman? How do you say it again?
Ah, but this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this a quiz. Anyone from Vahumana present?
Vahumana Darshant. I think that's hat guy.
I'm from Vahumana. It's, well, veracity.
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order in which events occur.
A timeline? Didn't you just say a timeline? Cause and effect?
I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within her. She brought life, oases, and knowledge to this land.
Okay, sit up, people. This is actually a timeline of something happening. So, he mentioned that the goddess of flowers was an angel. And angels were created from proto-humans, or something like that. So an angel came down into Sumeru, and she somehow seeded it with life, and gave knowledge to the people of the land.
Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. 2 other gods also walked upon this land where wisdom flowed in abundance, and the 3 met beneath the great green trees. It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the 3, which transcended both time and life. For they promised that in Sumeru, wisdom would be shared with all.
So I'm saying, so the goddess of flowers, the angel, did all that to Sumeru, and also created the Jinn. And we saw that Luapor, that talking bottle thing, was called the mother of all Jinns. So I'm guessing the flower of goddess created Lulapor, and Lulapor was the leader of the Jinns. So the go-between the goddess of flowers and the Jinn was Lulapor. Something. I don't know.
All the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this, was burned to ashes by the flames of wrath.
Oh. So just like remember, angels help guide humanity, and give help. Just like how Nicole tells us things that might help us in our quest, or she participated in the battle of Ilda Torre. She was helping us. So apparently, this angel in Sumeru helped King Deshret. And King Deshret convinced her to pry into the secrets of Celestia. So to go against her creator, basically? Or break the rules that the creators have the heavenly principles created for the angels. She went against it, and for that she was burned to ashes. Burned in the flames of wrath. She wasn't just turned into a Seelie, though she was destroyed. But we know that pieces of her were scattered throughout Sumeru, and a piece got into Kali. So a piece of an angel is inside Kali. Interesting.
So grieved was King Deshret by her passing that he lost all interest in state affairs and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she had brought back. It was after learning of the technology from that floating island in the sky that he first conceived of Aru.
Forbidden knowledge. I think they said that King Deshret brought forbidden knowledge and it contaminated the people. And that's why Deshret's kingdom was destroyed. To destroy the forbidden knowledge. But he brought that knowledge back and used it to create a virtual reality. Again, very computer and AI eccentric, right? This is what I'm saying. Genshin is a sci-fi story. It's not a fantasy game.
And so, the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the basis for Aru itself came from Celestia's technology.
Well, if the two share a common technological origin, then connecting one system to the other is an entirely feasible idea.
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all for celestial technology?
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight. Blame it on the deadline.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff dates.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all, do you?
Yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count as more of a first-hand witness statement?
Neither. Anyway, this sounds like far too much work for me.
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more ambitious ends?
Because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but he perished before they could come to fruition. In the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. The Lord of Flowers sacrificed everything for that ambition.
Huh. Maybe King Deshret, this is just like, sorry if it's so random. Maybe King Deshret convinced the angel that predestination or fate isn't very good. Isn't a good thing. And so he wanted to create a way to create a system to break that fate. And then the angel agreed to that because she wanted to be free from fate too.
What he desired, she bestowed, and thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and sacrifice had to be honored with the most splendid of monuments, or King Deshret would surely have deemed it a grave injustice. And that monument, built from knowledge and technology, etched with a sacrificial and courageous love, even in its unfinished form, it deserves to be treasured. At that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro. Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruit of wisdom from the heavens is not to be devoured. Remember, it is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom. Yet you and she have taught me much and shown me kindness. For this, I cherish you both.
I have no idea what that means.
In the end, Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope for Aru was to return to the past, when she yet lived.
Oh. Oh, I see. Create a virtual reality where he can gather all the pieces of the angel, the goddess. That was when she got destroyed. She was scattered, remember? And so, gather her up, create enough of her soul, and place her into this virtual reality to live again. She would exist in this virtual reality of the world.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the goddess of flowers and the Dendro Archon. You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these three gods placing constraints on him. This was, after all, the foundation of the alliance between them.
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the answer to the three questions was time.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument. All right, let us pause the story here for now. Seeing as you've been so diligent, I'll offer a little help. Who's in charge again?
Yes, me and him.
Now then, close your eyes. Wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. It is to convey the incommunicable through the simplest of mediums. By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen secrets that lie at the threshold of existence.
That sounds very profound and very important. I have no idea what he said or what that means.
Where did this come from? Is it a new mechanism?
It looks more like some form of externalized information. You've rendered it visible?
Just as the Akasha allows you to access a greater range of knowledge, the power of our king permits one to perceive ingenuities that do not belong to this world.
Are these like mini databases of forbidden knowledge?
This is no ordinary mechanism. It reflects the internal structure of Aru. Whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard. Come, use these to achieve the outcome you desire.
Okay, so yeah, this is the settings functions, basically. What apps to keep and discard.
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case. But wait, how do I get up there?
Turn around.
So that's where the elevator is.
Glitch in the Matrix. I love that. Oh.
Sight clear.
I have no idea how to use Kave. Wow, these characters. Is this a 5-star weapon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. What weapon is this? Is this a craftable? Leave. That's more than 5 stars. Like, oh no, I'm looking at that's the level. Shit, what am I saying? It's a 4-star weapon. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'm being stupid. I've totally forgotten that this was a set. V3. Hopefully there's no battling here. Increases Kave's normal and charge and plunge attack AoE damage, converts his attack to Dendro, cannot be overridden. All cores created by your own party members. Okay, so basically he's a burst character. Use burst the normal attacks? Alright, so what am I doing here? Oh, okay, okay. I have to turn this off. How do I turn this on though? Oh, there we go. Now it's off. That's there, and it's gonna go over here.
Obelisks were used to record important information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Alhaitham, there's some writing here I'll need you to decipher. I've sent it to your screen. Do you see it?
Got it. It's a little blurry, but I should manage.
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text directly to you from now on.
Let's start with this one. It's a variant of an older script. Herein lie verses written for the Yellow Sands. Looks like cultural information from the age of King Deshret.
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Words thrown together merely for fun. I had no idea Aru kept a record of this.
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now.
Too easy.
Found some more. Sending them over to you now.
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Wait. Why don't you just make a copy? Like, this is all computer and all, and they're looking through files, right? Why don't he just make a copy? I mean, there's those knowledge capsules, right? How complicated would it to put that knowledge inside of a knowledge capsule? to be viewed and put into the Akasha system later on. Because like the Garabata conflict, right? Why don't you compare the what's in this database to the one in the academia and see if there's any discrepancies they can fix? I'm pretty sure there is.
Yeah, you're right. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out.
These almost feel like firewalls, man. Oh, that one's done? Okay. Wait, what's going on? What the hell, dude? Go.
Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built Aru.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru was complete.
Oh yeah, that was actually a thing kings did. Like, yeah, build me a tomb with traps and the likes. And then the king would kill the people who built the place, so no one would have the knowledge of the inner workings, or the artisans would be tempted to sell the information to other people. Also, there was like this theme in Asian dramas where like the emperor would design a tomb or a shrine or such, or a treasure vault, and then he would have the people who built it be locked in, and they would slowly die inside the place after they built it. Or if a king died and a tomb was created for him, the people who built the tomb would also be killed afterwards and then tombed next to the king, and that was supposed to be considered a privilege as a reward. I'm like, that's not a reward, dude.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
See, what I just tell you? Make a copy. Why don't you do that to all of this?
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento. I think that should just about do.
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling, this cross between reality and the intangible.
Oh, so this is augmented reality. So like the Google glasses that would display the display things on your glasses depending on what you're looking at. So I'm guessing this is augmented reality.
It's like drifting between life and death, or in and out of a dream, using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are forever out of reach.
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense.
What happens if my spirit just floats away?
What do you mean your spirit? You were physically there. What do you mean? Like, I think he's reading way too much into augmented reality.
That won't happen.
All right.
Wait, why am I line sting? What the hell?
Traveler from afar, do you worry for the fate of Sumeru as well?
Whoa! It's so big the crocodile can...
Greetings, crocodile.
Please be at ease.
Sounds like you really care about her.
Yes, although to be exact, it is a mixture of both concern and curiosity that I feel.
Speaking of Nahida, Paimon was wondering how she's doing.
Wait a moment.
What is it?
I tried calling out to a pep, but there was no response. This can only mean that she is focusing all her energy on taking care of Lesser Lord Kusanali.
All the gods who served King Deshret seemed super surprised to hear that a pep agreed to help Nahida. Guessing she made a bad impression on you or something.
Are you aware of the history between her and our king?
No, I'm not. Please tell me.
The story begins a long time ago. Al-Ahmar was always a wishful thinker where the Dendro dragon was concerned. Without consulting her, he decided to list her among the 7 pillars and declared his own power to be far superior to hers.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. Even though the dragon didn't want anything to do with gods and humanity, because basically they're the enemy of the dragons because of the dragon war, he still decided to make her one of the 7 pillars without her consent.
That was when our king was at the height of his power. Ibis Goti and I were no match for him. And so we chose to submit and serve as his ministers. But not a pep. No, she never thought much of him.
Yeah, I was right.
To a pep, Al-Ahmar's pride and sense of superiority were nothing but ignorance and hubris. In fact, they fought numerous times, but usually the battle ended in a draw.
It's like declaring your rival as your friend, but your rival's like, I'm not your friend. It's like, but I still choose to make you my friend. You have no choice.
In the end, King Deshret coveted the power of Celestia, only to end up corrupted by knowledge. His final act was to trick the dragon into swallowing him whole, leaving her to bear the torment of his sins.
Oh, interesting. Knowing that that would affect a pep with forbidden knowledge from Celestia.
The Dendro dragon stands for the glory of a bygone era. She hated Al-Ahmar and what he represented. All the gods, all the power they wielded.
The dragon era.
And so, her willingness to help the Dendro Archon through this crisis comes as a great surprise indeed. it makes one wonder whether, perhaps, the Dendro Archon assisted her in the past.
Yep, Nahida did her a huge favor.
I'll tap the button.